Hey guys, welcome back to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you another online commentary for Rome Total War, and today we've got another 3 versus 3 31k rules on the grassy flatlands. Now the reason why I've uploaded this video is that when I play 31k, there's one thing that I love to see, and that is good mass routes. In this battle today, in this replay, you're going to see some really cracky mass routes, some really powerful cav charges, so it's going to be really exciting. Anyway, let's have a quick little look to see what we've got, who I'm fighting against, and who's playing with me. So, first of all, I've gone for the Greeks again. Nothing too complex. 20 Spartans, all gold attack, all ready to counter the enemy here. Brought a bunch of urbans. I'm playing alongside Heaven FlankMe. He's one of the few active members left of the Heaven clan, so it's great to see that we've actually got him online, and I hope you guys enjoy that now that there's a couple of us online. He has brought 6 Praetorian Cav, 2 archers and the rest urbans, and I've also been joined by Hannibal, who's actually playing underneath the name as Heaven, better without Elite. I think he's just taking the mick there a little bit. I'm sure he's meaning that in the best possible way, so if any of you guys are offended, please don't take that in an offensive way. Hannibal's just having a bit of a joke there. For you guys that don't realise what's happened, Elite Legionary, he used to be in the Heaven clan with myself. Unfortunately, he's moved over to the Titans clan. It's boo for us, but great for the Titans. Anyway, Elite Hannibal was just taking a little weird dig there in a joking way at Elite for moving across, leaving his Heaven buddies and joining the Titans clan. Anyway, he has brought 1 legionary first cohort, rest urbans, and then 6 Praetorian Cav. So that is our team, and we're going to be going up against, we've got some great players here. We've got MGM, who has brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Praetorian Cav. No, he's not. He's put 5 Praetorian Cav, rest urbans, and 1 legionary first cohort. We've also got IOW Imperator, who's got 3 Praetorian Cav, now 6 Praetorian Cav and 14 urbans, just like practically FlankMe. And then last but not least, we've got a new guy called OTD, which is Order of the Dragon Clan, and it is TGN, typical Jaguar. And I think he's relatively new to 31k. I could be mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. He's gone for 2 archers, 6 Praetorian Cav and 40 rest urbans. So let's kick this off. Basically, my job at the end of the day is to try and kill as many urbans as possible. That's basically the mission. The other guys, my allies, FlankMe and Hannibal, what they need to try and do is just support and assist and try and slow down and play quite defensively and honestly against the other guys and try and support me whenever they can. Because at the end of the day, if you get the Spartans going, if they got their pikes down, if you take them off guard mode, they're going to be a pretty tricky force to deal with. And I don't think the enemy will be able to deal with it. So we need to really make sure we work together, make sure that we play defensively when we need to, but play aggressively when we need to as well, to make sure we bring home a nice little victory. But at the end of the day, this is all going to be about mass routing. When you play 31k, that's how you win a battle. It's from a mass rout. You don't win it from a 1 versus 1 slog out match, because you'd be here all day. The way you're going to try and beat elite units is by lowering their morale and trying to outmaneuver them, and then once their morale is getting low, when it's ticking down, that's when you go with a cav strike. And it takes months, it takes sometimes years for some players to really time their cav strikes perfectly well, and you're going to see some absolutely great counter charges and some maneuvering of cav. Of course, I'm using the Greeks. I've got no cav, so I'm talking about the other players. You won't see any cav strikes from me, because all I'm going to do with my infantry is just get in there with my spears, get into their faces and start jabbing away until hopefully I kill several urbans, if not hopefully more. So I've now positioned my units, and what I'm doing, I'm running them straight into the centre here. I don't care if I run my guys, because at the end of the day, just look how far the enemy are. I can sit here, I can take my time, I can have a fag, I can basically wait for the enemy to come towards me, and by the time they come towards me, I'm going to be fresh, I'm going to be ready, I'm going to be ready to kill some urbans. So I'm in the centre here, FlankMe is coming up on one flank, and then Hannibal is coming up on the other flank. Now we're playing well as a team here. We haven't had to communicate with one another. We can basically just read the battlefield, so we can almost read each other's mind on what's going on here. Now what I've decided to do, because I'm going to be in the centre and it's going to be probably a bit of a slog match, I'm going to peel off one of my Spartans and use them as a peeler screen. I'm going to send these guys around the front here, as you can see, and then I'm probably going to peel off a couple of Spartans at the back here and just chuck them towards Hannibal, because at the end of the day I don't really need all of these Spartans to take on these Romans, so I can sacrifice 1 or 2 or 3 units or more just to try and help out Hannibal, and also to act as a deterrent, because what I don't want to happen is that all of these enemy units here gang up on one of our allies here, and especially if they start attacking aggressively on the flanks, it's going to make it really hard for us to actually win this. So the enemy, the way they need to do that is just focus all their power onto one of our flanks, destroy that flank and turn this battle into a 2 versus 3. If they don't do that, if they play defensively, they're going to be playing into our hands. If they play into our hands, that should mean that we should do quite well. So I'm pushing my guys forward. MGM, he's squared off against me and he's put his guys into a deep formation. He's ready to put his guys into Testudo, if I can get my words out. Once he's got his guys into Testudo, it's going to make it hard for me to try and get my Spartans and crunch through all of these units. But what I am going to do, because if you look at his formation, although at the front it's quite narrow, on the flank it's actually quite wide. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to run my guys forward, but I'm going to push a lot of weight, a lot of emphasis onto MGM's flank here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push my guys in here, but send these units down the flank here, and you'll see exactly what I mean now. In comes the Spartans. Hopefully anytime now. Here we go. I'm charging them all in here. I'm coming down the flank here. He hasn't had time to put his guys into guard mode or Testudo mode, and that means that I've been able to absolutely flank this. Now what has happened here, typical Jaguar should have really come forward to assist, but what has happened now, we've managed to basically outmaneuver MGM. FlankMe is going to see that. Now FlankMe's read the battlefield well. He's going to charge his units up here, and he's going to get into line with my Spartans and make sure that the Brutii, or aka the Green Romans, can't come and flank me. So what I've done here, my guys, the pikes are down, we're ready to do some killing, ready to destroy these units, and there's very little now that MGM can do. Yes, he's chucking in Peeler, but as I say, these Spartans have got 2 hit points, got big shields, they can take it, they can destroy these units. So he's put his guys into guard mode, and what he's trying to do, he's trying to slow my units down as I aggressively push forward, but I'm not bothered about that. I'm fine. They're not going to bother charging any of their cav units into this kind of mass of pikes. I'm now going to peel off a few of my Spartans here, just to make sure this gap between myself, FlankMe, and my units is all filled up here. And over here, the 3 units which I sacrificed and sent over to assist with Hannibal, I'm using these units here just to try and push forward into Imperator's units. So I've very much got the centre here. I've got 3 units going off to assist with FlankMe, and 3 units to go and assist with Hannibal. So we're doing really well here. And what's going to happen now, look, they're moving all of their cav around this flank here. They're moving some infantry around this flank, and what they're going to try and do is push aggressively hard against Hannibal here. But Hannibal's going to play this well. You can see exactly what's going on. He's going to pull his units back. He's going to put his units into Testudo, into guard mode. All he needs to do is buy time. He needs to hold back the lines, hold back all of these infantry units, and hold back the cav. But just check out, they've got 6, another 6, and another 6. They've got, what, 18 Praetorian cav units on this flank here. So they've well and truly got more cav units than what we've got. They need to use that as their advantage. They need to push in here. They need to play aggressive. If they're just going to stand here and let us push forward through the centre here, we will win this battle. And you can see my units, I'm just destroying a bunch of these urbans. But let's have a look to see what's going over on this flank here. So in comes Hannibal. He's going to charge his units into this kind of cluster of all these units here, and now he's going to charge in his cav. Now watch this. This is textbook stuff here. He's coming in with a cav charge, coming in. He's going to slam straight into these units. He's going to cause a mass rout. Look, 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, I reckon. all these units are going to rout, but what it's going to do now is going to pull back his cav units just in time, so none of these units can come in. And now FlankMe is going to come in with a cav charge, and look at that, FlankMe has managed to rout all of these SPQR units. Just look at that, just decimated the SPQR. Hannibal's managed to time that charge perfectly well. I'm now bringing in Spartans around the back here just to make sure no one punches through, but just check that out. That is a textbook mass rout. The Senate have been absolutely knocked out, and look, they had all of those Praetorian cav. They had 18 units of Praetorian cav, but they were unable to capitalise on that. And look, bang, look, just the Brutii are now routing. They can see their allies are routing, the generals routing, and that's it. We have pretty much just whacked out an entire flank there, and that was all from doing 2 textbook charges. So really great move there on Hannibal, really great move there for FlankMe. They played that exceptionally well, done it by the textbook. I'm now going to keep on pushing forward. FlankMe's pushing forward. What we need to do is keep the momentum going and make sure that these guys can't come back. Yes, they will come back from routing, but now that they've routed, we've absolutely decimated that. In comes Hannibal. I've lifted up my pikes. Those Senate have now been routed, and that is a massive clusterfuck there for the enemy. There's been 2 huge routs there, 2 huge devastations. What's going to happen next? Well, my Spartans are eager for blood. We're now going to encircle the Brutii. Now, hats off to the Brutii. I appreciate he's relatively new to Rome Total War. He should have really assisted his allies there with his infantry. But what's happened is, I've now managed to encircle all of these Brutii, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm now going to move my guys around this flank here and just absolutely encircle them. FlankMe is now coming in from this way. So let's look at this. This is a perfect sandwich. We've got a Brutii sandwich here. Spartans to the left, Spartans to the right, Urbans to the left. Who's in the centre? The poor Brutii. And what's going to happen now? Look, I'm going to lift up my pikes. In comes Hannibal Barca with another textbook charge here. Lifted up the pikes any time now here. And here they come. They're going to come charging straight through all of these Brutii units. Brutii units are just flying in the air. The general's now been routed. The Brutii are shitting themselves. There's nothing they can do. The Scipii units are just crashed straight through. Yes, there's 1 or 2 units left, and yes, the Senate are now trying to frantically assist, but there's nothing they can do. They've been routed once, they've been routed twice. The Scipii are now encircled them. These guys are now going to panic. They're now going to rout, and that is GG. So guys, that's how you do a textbook, a little counter charge there. You want to go in with your cav, pull them back before the enemy can come, and as they come in, you go in for another charge. It is textbook stuff there. It looks simple when you watch it, but when it works well. And if you can pull that off in a good 1 versus 1 or team battle, more than likely you're going to swing the battle in your favour. So excellently well played there for FlankMe, excellently well played there to Hannibal Barca. Hard luck for MGM and Imperator. Unfortunately, they just got outmaneuvered there, and there's very little they could do. They should have maybe timed their cav charge slightly better there, but unfortunately, because that one little error, the other guys managed to capitalise and bring home the victory. So, big thank you to all of the guys that took part in this battle. MGM's a great guy, so is Imperator, and I really can't wait to play more battles against typical Jaguar. It's always great when we see new 31k players taking part on the battlefield, so hopefully that's not going to put them off for taking part in several more of these battles in the future. And of course, FlankMe and Hannibal Barca, it's always a pleasure playing with them. So guys, let me know what you think of the replay. Let me know what you think of the battle. Hopefully you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Hopefully you enjoyed those mass routes, because they are a right pleasure to see. In the meantime, folks, if you do get a few moments, go check out some of my other Rome Total War videos. In the meantime, I'm going to come to an end. Thank you one more time for your time watching the video, and hopefully I'll catch you soon for the next instalment of Rome Total War on Biscuits Total War. Bye for now. Catch you soon. Bye.